And starting with the lead story coming in from India, former Chief Minister of the Indian state of Tamil Nadu, M. Karunanidhi, passed away yesterday in Chennai. He was 94. Karunanidhi served as the president of the DMK party for a record 10 terms. He was pronounced dead at 6:10 p.m. India time yesterday. He was admitted to the Kauvery Hospital in Chennai on the 28th of July after his blood pressure fell. His health improved in the early phase of treatment, but later the team of doctors treating him said that his condition was extremely critical and unstable. 2 days before he was admitted, Karunanidhi completed 48 years as the president of the DMK. But he had handed over the day-to-day responsibilities of the party to his younger son, M.K. Stalin. Back in 2017, the Tamil Nadu government has declared a week of mourning and a day of public holiday on Karunanidhi's demise. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and some other prominent opposition leaders are expected to travel to Chennai to pay their last respects. National flag will fly at half-mast in capital New Delhi, all state capitals and throughout the state of Tamil Nadu. It has also been decided to accord state funeral to the departed leader today in Chennai, while national mourning has also been declared for today. The veteran leader was often called the Chanakya of Tamil politics. Karunanidhi served as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu 5 times. He was a 13-time MLA and never lost an election. And what you can see are live visuals streaming in from Chennai's Rajaji Hall, where the mortal remains of M. Karunanidhi are currently placed. As you can see, the entire state is in mourning, and his supporters, the DMK supporters, have thronged the Rajaji Hall. The area is also under tight security. Security levels have been beefed up, as you can see. The Madras High Court will again hear the petition challenging the denial of land at Marina Beach for the burial of former Tamil Nadu Chief Minister. At 8 a.m. today, the hearing is expected to take place. And the Tamil Nadu government last evening rejected the Marina burial request from rival DMK, triggering sharp criticism of its decision. DMK wants its leader to be buried next to late Tamil Nadu Chief Minister and Karunanidhi's mentor, C.N. Annadurai. During the midnight hearing, the Tamil Nadu government had sought time to file its reply in the matter. The DMK alleged the AIADMK's refusal to give 6 feet land to bury the 5-time Chief Minister next to his mentor, C.N. Annadurai's grave wreaks political vendetta. AIADMK founder and ex-Chief Minister M.G. Ramachandran and his protege and late CM Lalita also lay buried along the Marina Beach. So as we mentioned, these are live visuals coming in from Chennai. As you can see, supporters of the DMK and of course very many fans of Tamil Nadu's political stalwart M. Karunanidhi have thronged the Rajaji Hall, where his mortal remains have been placed. And it is today that the burial, the funeral, is expected to take place. And unfortunately, even that has been marred by controversy, as the Tamil Nadu government, the AIADMK, has refused to grant burial ground to the DMK chief. It was at Marina Beach that the DMK had requested for Karunanidhi's burial. The hearing is expected to resume today at 8 o'clock, and by 8:30 most likely the hearing should be out. And the The government has already allotted 2 acres near Gandhi Mandapam to bury him, but the verdict on the Marina burial place Rao is expected to arrive by 8:30 a.m. To bring us more details on M. Karunanidhi's last rites, I am also joined in by a correspondent from Chennai, Siddharth, who's joining me live from the Marina Beach. Let's quickly go across to Siddharth. Siddharth, you know, you're there at the Marina Beach, which is, of course, the bone of contention at the moment. Why don't you pan your camera and show our viewers what is, you know, this is a very important place for the DMK at the moment, and why is it such a controversial point at, why is it such a controversial place at the moment?
Yes, very well. Marina Beach, as we all know, is the world's second longest beach in an urban center. So it's not just of local significance or Indian significance, but it's also of global significance, and that's the most important point. And we must also just take a look at the history of this stretch, where 3 former chief ministers of Tamil Nadu, iconic leaders of the Dravidian movement, MGR, Annadurai and J. Jayalalitha recently have been resting. So their resting place and their memorial has been along this stretch. So this is a historically very important stretch for the city of Chennai and for the state of Tamil Nadu per se, because the tallest chief ministers, the tallest leaders of this state have been here, their resting place has been here, and all of them have had large memorials being built here, and even the J. Jayalalitha memorial is being built at a multi-crore, it's costing over 100 crores, so they'll be building that J. Jayalalitha memorial as well. So it is quite natural that the DMK also wants their 5-time chief minister, the 5-time chief minister of Tamil Nadu, M. Karunanidhi, to have his resting place here, right at the Marina Beach, because he is just another leader of the Dravidian movement, as tall as the other leaders. So obviously it is just natural that they want his resting place also to be here on this iconic stretch. But the problems are arising primarily because of CRZ, or coastal zone regulation, which means that within 500 meters of the coast or an estuary or a creek, there cannot be any concrete structure or construction or institution that is built up. So these earlier structures that were built upon earlier rules and regulations, but as we kept moving into the 21st century, these rules kept evolving, and in 2017-18 these rules were kept on changing, and then now as per the latest rules, the structure is not allowed, and that is the reason why there is a logjam. And then the case is now at the Madras High Court. They'll be having a special hearing shortly at about 8:30 this morning. So that is the entire issue.
Absolutely.
Where they want a memorial just like any other leader would want, the tall chief minister of Tamil Nadu would want. Yeah.
Right, Siddharth, as you rightly point that the hearing is currently underway, and we can expect the hearing to be over by 8:30 a.m. I will come back to you for more on this news story. For now, let's also tell our viewers more about Karunanidhi. He dominated the Dravidian politics for over 5 decades. From humble beginnings, he rose to the top of the Tamil power structure. Here's a look at the life and times of M. Karunanidhi, the man who reshaped and redefined Dravidian politics.
Born as Dakshinamurthy on the 3rd of June 1924 in a family of musicians, Muttuvel Karunanidhi was a towering political giant of Dravidian politics. At the young age of 14, Karunanidhi plunged into the anti-Hindi agitations of the late 1930s, sweeping through the Madras presidency. But he would first make his mark as a screenwriter in the Tamil film industry. Karunanidhi's writings were full of wit and focused on social reforms, and the Tamil audiences lapped up his dialogues. It was his crisp writing in the screenplays filled with themes of social justice which would launch the careers of legendary Tamil actors such as M.G. Ramachandran and Sivaji Ganeshan. Despite his runaway success as a scriptwriter in Tamil cinema, his heart was in politics. Simultaneously, he also organized local students and youth groups. Through his wit and peerless oratory, Karunanidhi rose through the ranks. He became a close aide of C.N. Annadurai, the founder of the Dravid Munetra Kazhagam. His first big success in politics came in the agitations of 1953, where he rallied the residents of Kalagudi after the name of the town was changed to honor a North Indian industrialist. Karunanidhi was elected to the Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly in 1957 for the first time as an independent candidate. On the back of the anti-Hindi agitations, DMK and Karunanidhi consistently rose to what they described as the hegemony of the North and an attempt to impose Hindi on the South. Karunanidhi was sworn in as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu in 1969 after the death of the DMK founder CN Annadurai. The Congress, which had ruled the state till 1967, was relegated to a junior position. And from this period on, the Dravidian politics would rule the roost, with Karunanidhi being the towering figure. As fate would have it, Karunanidhi's greatest political rivals would also be from the world of cinema, M.G. Ramachandran and J. Jayalalitha. But from the late 90s onwards, which again saw the rise of coalition governments at the centre, Karunanidhi tried to reposition himself as a national leader, albeit with a mixed success. He was the Chief Minister of the state of Tamil Nadu for 5 times and for over 5 decades was a pivotal figure in Tamil politics. His demise marks the end of an era of the last towering giant of the Dravidian politics. Bureau Report, Beyond.
To bring us the latest details, I'm also joined in by Siddharth, who joins us from Marina Beach in Chennai. Let's go back to Siddharth for more perspective on this news story. Siddharth, you know, it's very important to note that he was a political stalwart, and certainly it also justifies why the DMK is feeling so hurt that, you know, the DMK chief, who was their chief for basically 50 years, is not even getting a place for burial at the Marina Beach, where, as you rightly mentioned, other political stalwarts have also been buried. There's a memorial coming up for Jayalalitha also. You know, could you also throw light on how this matter has just been politicized, unfortunately?
Yes, actually it is quite sad that this has happened, especially after the demise of such a tall leader. In fact, there was a lot of outpouring of grief and emotion on the streets and on social media late last night, because when we were outside the Gopalapuram residence of M. Karunanidhi, where his mortal remains were placed for a couple of hours late last night and early this morning, there was a lot of outpouring of grief, and there were a lot of irate fans and supporters who were yelling that we need Marina, we need Marina. So they were just so restless, and they were just so agitated that they were not willing to settle for any other place than Marina. So that was the emotion. In fact, we had seen a couple of ladies who were drenched in kerosene. They were trying to self-immolate. So this is the kind of sentiment that is associated with any kind of leader in Tamil Nadu, and M. Karunanidhi is no exception. He is a tall leader, and beyond the political leader that he is also respected for the, you know, writer that he is, respected for the screenwriter, and respected for the person who he is, who loves Tamil, who has promoted Tamil by even having and hosting an international Tamil conference in Coimbatore in southern Tamil Nadu in 2010. So irrespective of their political loyalties, people do respect him as a tall leader who is a leader of the Tamils and not just of a political party. They look at him as somebody who promoted Tamil. They look at him as somebody who actually took the Tamil cause to the global stage and to the center stage in India, in Delhi. So they look at him as a savior of the people more than that of a politician. So it is quite obvious that there is this kind of restlessness, and there's this kind of an agitation in Chennai, and the mood is palpable here. We can understand the mindsets of the people that they want a memorial for him right at the Marina, at this iconic spot. So it is obvious that they're not willing to settle for anything lesser than that. And it was unexpected that the DMK would move the Madras High Court very urgently. In fact, it was the acting Chief Justice of the Madras High Court, Huluvadi Ji Ramesh, who was taking up this case at 10:30 p.m. last night. But they've adjourned it to this morning at about 8:30. They will be starting the hearing again. So this is the latest that we have from here, especially given that this hearing is going on today, and a lot of VIP movement is expected in Chennai, right from the Prime Minister to Leader of the Opposition to several Chief Ministers of various Indian states.
Siddharth, I'm going to come to that when we'll speak about all the attendees who are expected to be present at the funeral or the last rites of M. Karunanidhi. Also, we will discuss more about the hearing. For now, you know, it's important to continue with more stories around Karunanidhi for our viewers. And the ground is open for all. That is also an important point to note. Who will take center stage? Who are the potential protagonists? Both the Dravidian parties are on the back foot now. National elections are just months away, and the political scenario of Tamil Nadu appears to be on the path of a major rejig. Here's a look at what lies ahead.
With an end of one chapter begins another. And with the demise of Tamil Nadu's political stalwart, the Dravidian heartland now stares at a change. At the centre of Tamil Nadu's political playing field are now two big names, Rajinikanth and Kamal Haasan. Unlike their predecessors, these cine stars made their much-awaited political plunge not by joining either of the Dravidian parties, but by starting a league of their own. Rajinikanth is working on strengthening the structure of his fan organisation Rajni Makkal Mandiram before launching his party. Kamal Haasan meanwhile has already registered his Makkal Niti Mayam with the Election Commission. The duo have been seen garnering immense public support at a time when the incumbent AIDMK's popularity is on a decline. The duo's position was reaffirmed during the Kauvery protests. Another strong player is TTV Dinakaran. He is the nephew of late Jayalalitha's aide Sasikala. After being written off by critics, he turned heads across the state by his resounding victory in the R.K. Nagar by-polls. Just by winning that seat that was held by Jayalalitha, he spoke volumes. The DMK and AIDMK will continue to wield political sway even though they have lost their top leaders. The DMK meanwhile is still recovering from the setback it suffered in the last assembly elections, where the party saw a negative vote swing of almost 6%. Amidst all this, both Congress and the BJP have failed to make major inroads into Tamil Nadu in the last 5 decades. With elections just a year away, there are several questions on the minds of the political pundits. Here are a few things to look out for in 2019. 1. Will fan following turn into votes? 2. Will Dinakaran click again? 3. Can the DMK and AIDMK hold their ground? And last but not the least, can the national parties like the BJP and Congress be able to make inroads into this southern bastion? Bureau Report, WION.
And WION continues to bring you live coverage of M. Karunanidhi's last rites. Also joining me on WION is our correspondent Nishchita Virender, who's currently placed outside Rajaji Hall, where the mortal remains of M. Karunanidhi are also placed. Let's quickly go across to Nishchita. Nishchita, it is indeed a black day for not just Tamil Nadu, but the entire country. You are outside Rajaji Hall, where the mortal remains. What is the security situation over there, since we did witness some public outcry yesterday due to denial of burial at Marina Beach for M. Karunanidhi?
That's right, very emotional scenes being witnessed right outside the Rajaji Hall, and inside people have been waiting for hours just to catch a glimpse of M. Karunanidhi before he is laid to rest. Supporters have been thronging in steadily all through this morning, even before sunrise, as they have come here to pay their last respects, as they understand that the crowds will only get bigger with each passing minute. If you just look around me, there are people walking up and down to the Rajaji Hall, and these are supporters of not just M. Karunanidhi but also the DMK. As it has been established several times before, M. Karunanidhi is one of the last leaders who had such a mass following in the state of Tamil Nadu, and as we know The state itself has a very colourful political past, has a very colourful political history where they make demigods out of their leaders. Many of them even have a background from the film industry, and M. Karunanidhi was no different. Apart from known for his shrewd political acumen, he is someone who established the position of Tamil Nadu, the state of Tamil Nadu, in the national front, made Tamil Nadu relevant at the centre, also instilled a sense of Tamil pride, fought for the Tamil identity. He was looked at as a champion of Tamil rights, and he also was known for his impeccable language, his power, his control over the language, as he was one of the finest writers that the Tamil film industry ever produced. So M. Karunanidhi will truly be missed by his supporters, and he's someone who had managed to keep the DMK ship together through 50 years, which is the longest that any leader has managed to do in the history of India. And he had, despite all the hardships that they faced, the rebellion from MGR, the growing strength of the AIA-DMK under J. Jayalalitha, right. DMK had managed to keep a tight ship, all thanks to M. Karunanidhi. And the party understands that this is certainly at the end of an era for them.
Absolutely, very beautifully phrased by you, and this is an end of an era for not just the party but in fact for politics in Tamil Nadu. You beautifully just put it across to us that here's a man who went beyond politics. He started off from cinema, so from cinema to politics, he's of course he commanded that kind of charisma. And we've been witnessing political cadres slowly streaming in, paying their last respect to Karunanidhi one by one. Why don't you run our viewers through all who have just come down to pay their homage to see M. Karunanidhi?
That's right. You have all the prominent leaders from the DMK, be it the family members like Alagiri, Stalin or Kanimori, or the DMK district functionaries have all been stationed right outside the mortal remains, right where the mortal remains of M. Karunanidhi has been kept for public viewing. People who are not just DMK supporters but general public. As we know, Tamil Nadu is a state that prides itself for its Dravidianism culture, for the sentiment of Dravidianism, for placing its political ideology on rationalism that was conceived way back by Periyar in the 1960s. So keeping all these factors in mind, for the people of Tamil Nadu, M. Karunanidhi is very dear to them. Of course, the entire hold that the party DMK had over the politics of Tamil Nadu has diminished in the last 10 years because of multiple corruption scandals, because of their prominent leaders being named in some of the biggest scandals nationally. But M. Karunanidhi never lost faith, he never lost respect, and in the last 1 year, when he had slowly faded away from active politics in the state of Tamil Nadu, the party certainly missed him, but so did the people. Of course, Dravidianism itself has taken a whole diluted approach now in the state of Tamil Nadu. It has turned into more of Tamil nationalism, but that is something that the people here hold very dear to their heart, and M. Karunanidhi is a big part of it. Earlier today, you had leaders like Chidambaram who had come in to pay his last respects. You have other big leaders expected to come in all through the day. The Prime Minister himself is expected to partake in the funeral, but the schedule of which is not out yet. Probably it will be clearer once the 8 a.m. hearing begins on where exactly M. Karunanidhi will be laid to rest, and what time the funeral will be held will be decided soon after that, is what is being stated right now.
Absolutely, Nishrita. Such is the charisma of this leader that, people not just from his party but beyond have also arrived to pay their last homage. That also includes TTV Dinakaran, actor Rajnikant, and of course Mamta Banerjee, as was also present. Thank you so much, Nishrita, for bringing us all those details. We will continue to track the latest from you and Siddharth.